Clearly, I am not at Galaxy Unpacked. So, hey guys, it's Carl. So, I have a little bit of downtime right now. I'm actually on my honeymoon. I'm lucky enough to be able to work. I have a couple minutes to chat about the new Samsung S24, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra devices. Luckily enough, I had a bit of a hands-on in Toronto right after CES, a day before I flew out. Let's talk about the colors first. So, 4 different colorways for the S24 Ultra. They're all now, I guess, codenamed with titanium. Since that is the new build of the 24 Ultra, it has the titanium railings, just like the iPhone 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max. Very similar in terms of build materials, whereas the S24 Plus, S24, those are still the traditional aluminum and glass backings. So for the colorways, they're codenamed titanium black, titanium yellow, titanium gray, and titanium violet, which also was the only unique colorway to have a bit of a two-tone design. So typically the titanium on the sides kind of match the colorway, but for the violet, it was silver, and with the camera cutout rings, those were also silver. So out of all of them, that was kind of my favorite, as it had that really like classic two-tone look, which I did love. And interestingly enough, for the titanium models, compared to the standard S24 Plus and S24, the colors were for some reason different. It was almost like the titanium models, the back, even though those are glass, were darker. So for whatever reason, if you were considering the S24 Plus or S24, if you saw those colors, just note that they are slightly different. And in terms of like the titanium yellow, I would say it's a bit more cream. Obviously black, that's like tried and classic. The gray, it actually looks very similar to the iPhone 15 in the raw titanium right now. And like I said, the titanium violet, which I thought was the most unique, but let me know which one your fave was. So the S24 Ultras still have the S Pen, as we've said goodbye to the Galaxy Note series for the past couple years. So interestingly enough, those colors also alternate. So on the violet as well as the titanium gray, those are in gray, the S Pens are. And then in the titanium black and titanium yellow, the S Pen is black. So interesting mix and match there. And in terms of the rest of the design, very similar to what we've seen in the previous S23 models. I would say the biggest difference coming to the 24 Ultra is finally Samsung has listened. We've gotten rid of the curved display. Although the aesthetic is nice, we now finally have a fully flat display on the S24 Ultra, which I am a big fan of. So the screen size for that is 6.8 inches. Obviously, that has the best resolution, the best refresh rates, and going down 6.7 in the S24 Plus and 6.2 inches in the standard or the smallest S24. Those are actually 0.1 inches, or I guess screen size 0.1 inches bigger on the S24 and S24 Plus compared to the previous S23 line, whereas the S24 Ultra is the same size as the S23 Ultra. A bit of a tongue twister there. The next thing is probably the camera, which I got to use super briefly. Like I maybe had a 30 minutes hands-on with a phone. So 200 megapixels for the main sensor. This is for the S24 Ultra. 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 10 megapixel telephoto. That's 3 times. And the telephoto that only now goes up to 5 times is at 50 megapixels. So interestingly, they've switched. Obviously, the S23 Ultra had the 10 times optical. For whatever reason, Samsung is now really targeting the 5 times optical. Once again, very similar to what we have on the iPhone. So a lot of people have said that it's a bit of a downgrade, but I think 5 times is obviously a bit more usable. The amount of times I've used a 10 times zoom is fairly minimal, but let me know your thoughts. There are a ton of AI features built in. Once again, super quickly, I went through these at the demo. They had like live translation from, on call. So you could be on a call with someone in a different language and get in real time that translated to you and played out loud in your language of preference. You would speak back to the phone in, say, English and get that translated back in Spanish as an example. So obviously in New Zealand, everyone here speaks English, so I couldn't test that here, but you get the point. We also had a really cool demo with AI night photography. Once again, they actually compared it to the 15 Pro Max. The night photos were in an aquarium. We took some pretty cool photos of fish in the dark, which were a lot better. We also had a circle to recognition AI. So you took a photo of hundreds of fish, circled the fish that you wanted to know more info about in a couple seconds. You could get that info popping up on Google. That was the same for things like kicks, which I did test out quickly, or I guess my buddy tested out for his Adidas. Those matched up pretty well. And I feel this year, like I saw at CES, everything is just driven by more AI. So obviously a ton of testing will come when I actually get back to get the devices. I wish I could take the phone with me here, take some pretty cool photos of like Hobbiton of New Zealand. Apparently it's going to be quite beautiful, but that was your very first look at the colors. Like I mentioned, if there was one that I really liked, the violet, the titanium violet with that two-tone like silver finish, it reminded me of some like European like sports car with the two-tone aluminum with the color, which was really nice. But if you are picking one up, they should be available shortly depending on where you are. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will end this video as we are heading to Queenstown and then hopefully back here for Hobbiton. Kat, anything to say? I'm gonna toss you the mic. Ready? Catch this. Catch it.
It's raining here. Lame.
It is raining here. Catch you guys later. Peace.